All right, guys, we're going to pivot to the Browns. We'll get back, talk a little more Guardians in a sec. We have a new sponsor on the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show. You know the saying, look good, feel good? Well, the problem is that most dress clothes only check one of those boxes. They look sharp, but feel stiff, hot, and high maintenance. That's why there's Mizzen and Main. Mizzen and Main makes comfortable, classic menswear with performance fabric, so it's effortless to look sharp and feel comfortable at the same time. They actually invented the performance fabric shirts over 10 years ago, and they've perfected it ever since. Right now, Mizzen & Main is offering UCSS listeners 20% off their first purchase at mizzenandmain.com if you use the promo code LOCKEDONNFL20. That's Mizzen, M-I-Z-Z-E-N, and Main, M-A-I-N.com. Promo code LOCKEDONNFL for 20% off. And if you'd rather shop in person, you can find some Mizzen & Main stores in select states. All right, guys, I don't know if you happen to hear Kevin Stefanski's press conference yesterday, but on Sunday, following the loss to Detroit, he was non-committal to sticking with Joe Flacco as his quarterback long-term, but in the past, he's always been non-committal after a game.
Yeah.
Last week, when asked if he considered a quarterback change, he said, no, Joe Flacco's my guy. Last season,
even though we know Stefanski usually doesn't give any straight answers.
Right.
Last season, when Deshaun was struggling early, anytime the question is asked, are you thinking about making a quarterback change, he shut down any rumor right away. Deshaun's our quarterback. That's what we're going. Except yesterday, he was asked the very first question of his press conference about potentially making a quarterback change, and we're going to hear from Kevin Stefanski. Question, answer, follow-up, and answer to see if you think this answer is a little funky.
The person who asked the question from the, I think he's from the Illyria Telegram. All right, let's hit it.
Hey, Kevin, just following up on yesterday. Are you sticking with Joe?
Yeah, I understand the question, Scott. We have to play better as an offense. We have to coach better on offense. It's not about one person. There are so many things that we need to do better, and obviously quarterback included, but this is not about one person.
Is that a yes then? I mean, are you sticking with him?
Yeah, my focus is on making sure this offense plays better.
Okay.
First of all, good job by Scott. As Kevin Stefanski didn't answer the question, I was like, Scott better follow up, and if he doesn't, somebody else better follow up or I'm going to get pissed. So kudos to Scott for following up, even though he's a little, you could tell he was a little uncomfortable because he kind of giggled as he said it. But good job following up. To me, that's very telling. What do you guys think?
Well, first of all, never listen to what Kevin Stefanski is saying. They allegedly loved Kenny Pickett so much that he was the guy, and then they traded him for a fifth-round pick. They do this all the time in the ivory tower. They don't give you nothing straight.
But what are you reading between the lines with that? Nothing? Something, as I am.
I think that he's softening the blow.
Yeah.
He's not committal for Flacco. However, he's gauging. I think what they're doing right now is behind the scenes they're gauging, okay, what is the damage on this thing? Can we afford to roll him out one more week? If they play him in London and he plays well, here's the calculus. He plays decent in London, it buys us more time. Mm-hmm. They thought that win against Green Bay was going to buy him a little more time. But Joe came out here and looked like Joe. And then, believe it or not, those guys in the locker room, like people is trying to spin this a different way. Guys in the locker room talk about, if we go to the rookies, it signals that we waving the white flag. No. To them in the locker room, you keep rolling Joe out there, that's waving the white flag. How many meetings did you see on the sideline with Myles Garrett in the defense? They're like, bro, get this man up out of here. We all see it. Stop playing with us. So they in the behind the scenes trying to delay as long as possible before going to Dillon Gabriel. And I think what you're seeing is starting to see some cracking on the veneer because there's some people in that front office that said it's time for us to get to the next guy.
But you think he's going to stick with Flacco?
For this week, yeah.
Okay. Tyvus, what did you read into that?
I think that he also is going to stick with Flacco for this week. He shouldn't. I'm going to tell you why.
Yeah.
I looked at the stats. I didn't know Joe didn't throw a touchdown in 2 weeks, huh?
Nope.
No.
So it's no different than putting the young guy in there. Like, listen, this is my thing. I believe, as crazy as this going to sound, I believe where we are right now with the offensive tackle position, I think Dillon Gabriel is actually the best answer for it right now. Why do I say that? Because Dillon Gabriel, from the time he was at Oregon, he's taught to get rid of the ball. He has a clock in his head. He knows he ain't going to hold the ball that long because he's short. And that's always been the thing that he overcomes. So he gets the ball out pretty quickly. And I think when you think about where our tackle situation is, that's what you need to do. You need to get this offense to where the ball comes out quickly. We're running a West Coast offense. If you do your history on the West Coast offense, Bill Walsh started it when he was with San Francisco back when they had Joe Montana and Steve Young and those back in the day. That offense was built to get the ball out really quick, so guys can't get the pass rush on you. Same thing with Kevin. He wants to get the ball out pretty quickly. So the best person on this roster that's built to do that is Dillon Gabriel. And I just think that with Joe Flacco in there, I just think it's just not getting done. Like the ball's not getting spread around. And it's not all on him. Some of the receivers is dropping the ball as well.
There's all kinds of problems.
A lot of frustration after the game when I listened to post-game sound when I did the post-game show, just listening to those guys in the locker room. They are all frustrated because offensively, they see what the defense is doing, and they said them boys is balling out, and they not holding up their end of the bargain. So it's going to be very interesting to see how they play against the Vikings because to me, it's a must-win game. This whole season, they're at the crossroads of the season, in my personal opinion, to where you win this game and you start looking around the division. You 2-3. You play the Steelers next week, who's going to be in first place. You see the Ravens, Lamar got a hamstring. Joe Burrow is out for the season.
Idiots.
Exactly. So it's there for the taking. Like you actually got a chance to do something in this
well, not with this offense.
Right.
Yeah.
If that's the one thing that is special teams, that's a shame. Y'all should at worst be scratched. Like we shouldn't even notice the special teams. That's where we should be at. If you're not gonna do something good, at least don't be noticeable. And y'all didn't gave up field goal blocks and gave up punt returns.
Yeah.
It's sad. It really is. So to me, I would make the change to Dillon Gabriel. I don't think they're gonna make the change to Dillon Gabriel, but I do think that if he doesn't do well this week, Joe don't do well this week, they have no choice because technically the season's over.
The Browns.
Well, before you go, can I ask Thomas a question? Because I know.
No, you can't.
I know where you're thinking on this. Why would he answer it so cryptically then? Why not just say Joe's still our guy?
I don't know.
You're a player. Take us in the locker room.
Yeah.
To protect.
I've got a few different things out of this. Number one, I believe there's a decent chance Dillon Gabriel's going to play this week.
I agree.
Because Kevin Stefanski, even though he says nothing, every other week he said Joe's going to still be the starter.
He did.
I spoke to Zach Jackson this morning. I said, Zach, why do you think he answered it that way? Zach said he thinks that Kevin's not sure, was as of whenever this was yesterday afternoon, Mike, right?
Yes, it was yesterday's press conference, correct.
So yesterday afternoon when Kevin Stefanski spoke, Zach believes he wasn't sure who the starting quarterback was going to be, that he hadn't decided yet, and that's why he answered that way. So, yes, it's possible he's going to stick with Joe, and we don't know for sure Zach is right, but I think we all agree Zach has a pretty good finger on the pulse of this team, more than most people.
If he starts Dillon Gabriel,
Yeah.
then he feel everything that I just said about Dillon Gabriel in the offense.
Yeah.
That means
now, I don't think the offense
that Tyvis Powell actually is pretty good at analyzing.
Now, personally, I don't think the offense is going to be any better with Dillon Gabriel.
Why is that?
Yeah, why you think that?
I don't think he's any good.
You don't think Dillon's good?
Well,
No, and he's a rookie. I just don't think he's going to play well, and I don't think the team around him is good.
Here's what I don't understand. I don't think his play caller is good. I think his play. I
think that's fair too.
I think his playbook is trash.
I think the play caller I have issues
Completely
with.
trash.
I don't think the quarterback's very good. I don't think the wide receiver's very good. I think it's a lot. But here's one other thing, a little sidebar of this, is that for all the people that like to argue, you need this, you need that, and I'm always like, you need the quarterback. Like, yes, obviously you can't just have a quarterback, but let me ask you a question, guys. And I know this is silly and it's depressing to think about, but if Josh Allen's the quarterback on this team, nothing else changes. You have the exact same roster, but Josh Allen's the quarterback. What's the Browns' record right now?
At least 2-2.
At least 2-2.
3-1.
I think they're at worst 3-1, and they're probably 4-0.
It all depends on if he's coaching Josh Allen to throw the ball, to dump the ball to running backs because he don't like turnovers.
You know,
At least 2-2.
Let me
go. Josh Allen, the coach of the Bills. What's his name?
McDermott.
Is McDermott that good a coach? I don't think he's that good.
Well, he's a defensive guy.
All I say is this:
they will win. Josh Allen looked great with Ken Dorsey as the offensive coordinator. I don't think it matters if you have a quarterback this good. In my opinion,
you know why
it doesn't matter. Zach Taylor's a terrible coach. Joe Burrow still plays great.
Here's what I look at. I look at the situation,
He needs to be fired.
When Deshaun Watson was not playing well, what did we say? It was the offensive line.
Yep.
Right? We some people said it was offensive line. Some people said he was just cooked, right?
Yep.
He's playing bad, right?
Yeah.
There's nothing that has changed in this offense from Deshaun Watson to Joe Flacco. Is that correct?
What do you mean?
It looks the same. It's still nasty.
Do we really run a lot of shotgun?
When Joe and watch this.
Because if we are, then that's half the battle right
Watch
there.
this.
I'm sorry to tell you that.
So even when we talk about this is crazy. Now people don't never bring this up. We ain't scored no points. We ain't scored 20 points since December of last year, right?
Was that the?
Yeah.
That was good.
That's right.
Yeah, Jay missed December 2nd against the Broncos last year. Was the last time the Browns scored 20 points.
So when Jameis Winston was throwing for all them 300-yard games,
Ken Dorsey was the play call.
thank you. You ain't had a quarterback throw for 300, no time close. Because and Ken Dorsey is trash. Ken Dorsey is terrible. It was Ken. But guess what? Where are your 300-yard passers, Kevin? It's the same roster.
Where is Ken Dorsey?
I'm not giving him a pass.
He's in Dallas.
I'm not giving him a pass.
Oh, they putting up numbers too.
He's not the only problem. We can't put it all on Kevin
Dorsey, the OC in
Kevin
Dallas?
Stefanski.
So no.
Yes.
Are you saying he's 100% to blame?
Hold on, wait. Ken Dorsey's the OC in Dallas?
Yes.
He is?
You know they the number one offense in NFL right now? They rank number one?
Well, they weren't playing well before this week.
They remember how we had the conversation about having the number one defense in the 32nd ranked offense?
Yeah.
They got it flipped. They got the number one offense in the 32nd ranked defense.
So let me get this
Basing
straight.
that on yards.
Let
Crazy.
me.
Yeah, go ahead.
Ty, he's technically the passing game coordinator, not the OC.
He's not the OC.
Let me get
I'm about
this right.
to say, like, that's crazy.
Let me get this correct.
That would have been an indictment on Kevin.
So, this masterful offense, we watch how this thing works. The masterful offense that he's been putting together, you take Bill Callahan away with the running game. What has he done since Bill Callahan?
Nothing.
Zip zero.
But nobody here is arguing that Kevin Stefanski's doing a good job.
But here's the
Yeah.
point. The point is, we sitting here questioning what the quarterback need to do. It's the offensive line. We don't got no receivers.
Who
catching the
is
football.
we?
Bro, listen.
Well, the receivers ain't catching the ball.
here's
You
what
don't think the quarterback is the problem?
No, listen. What I'm
Yeah.
saying to you is, this coach has not done anything with an offense, no matter which quarterback it has been.
That's
for
not true.
Who?
Jacoby Brissett was solid.
Jacoby Brissett in that
probably
offense.
the best one they had, too.
Mid-sauce
He was
at
probably
best.
the best one they had.
It doesn't even matter. Gee, I'm not arguing with you. The offense has sucked, but and Kevin Stefanski clearly deserves blame.
We're giving him credit. We're giving him credit.
I'm not giving him any credit.
Wait a minute.
I don't care about his coaching.
That's not fair because Joe Flacco did have 300 back to back
with Kevin Stefanski.
Yeah, with Kevin.
Let me tell you something, bro. When you look at what Kevin Stefanski was doing back then, right? Joe Flacco came in and did his thing. Mm-hmm. When they got that tape together and figured it out, and when dudes on the other side against the Texans was like, stand right there.
Yeah, I said that on the post game show that his in game adjustments stink.
But gee, are you trying to say that if they had Josh Allen, he wouldn't be good?
They be 2-2.
No, I'm not going hyperbolic here.
Yeah.
What I'm going to you is when Kevin Stefanski is sitting here saying, yes, we need to be better all overall. We need to be better. We need to be better. How many weeks do I got to hear you say you got to consistently be better? And your first play is scripted plays is great. Go watch the All 22. They're running regular basic high school routes.
I don't disagree. But he's not the only problem.
I get it.
Yeah,
but
the quarterback does stink.
But here's the thing.
Yeah.
But the quarterback stinks.
And the offensive line does stink.
And who picked those players?
Andrew Berry.
And Kevin Stefanski and Andrew Berry always say what? It's a collaborative effort.
Yes.
So you pick the players, it wasn't good enough. You coaching them, it's not good enough. Your offense, not good enough. We cannot keep sitting here saying like these players just showed up. They actively chose these garbage players. We told you that, right?
I get it. You're right.
So,
well,
I'm not giving him zero passes.
to be fair, they are handicapped when it comes to the salary cap.
Tyvis? Who picked him?
That's a great question. Somebody need to tell me.
What is Watson on the cap this year? 50-something million? You know, Amari Cooper is $20 million of the cap this year.
all that finessing the numbers game, this is the results.
They did that. That's what I'm saying. So
Deshaun's in the cap for $36 million this year.
So that's $56 million of the cap
and,
on Watson and Cooper.
And let's be clear.
Yeah.
And let's just be honest. Tell me I'm lying. You don't got an offensive line. You would have had an offensive line if Jed Wills would have still been able to play.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
If you didn't miss on Zach Zinner, right?
Well, he played guard.
DeJuan Jones.
DeJuan Jones. Listen.
DeJuan got hurt.
Okay.
He
I
always
get
gets
it.
hurt.
I get it.
That's true.
Jack Conklin is hurt again.
Yeah.
They paid him when he was hurt.
But you're arguing as if Tyvus and I are arguing.
No. I'm just
I'm about to say, we behind you.
I don't know why you're getting us.
I'm just putting it out there for the community.
We agree.
I'm putting it out there for the community.
I have lost faith in Kevin Stefanski.
This is for the first time I've really been on the fence. I've been on the. They might have to move on because
I've lost faith in him. I agree.
This is sad.
But it still doesn't change the fact, even if it's his fault and Andrew Berry's fault, that the offense. But here's the thing. My only point about saying the Josh Allen thing is, look at the Bills' offense, right? Quinshon Judkins is as good, if not better, than James Cook, is he not?
Oh, James
Yes.
Cook's balling out this year.
I was about to say that.
I would say they caliber, talent-wise, I think they caliber. They got the
James
same
Cook's been
caliber.
awesome.
I don't
this
know.
James Cook's great.
James
I don't know.
Cook, the defense can't completely focus on James Cook. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
year. Yeah, but
The defense
played
against
3
the Browns,
James Cook
the
is
defense
nice.
right now know that Quinshon Judkins is the only problem in the Browns offense. So Quinshon, trust me, first of all, if you ask 32 NFL teams right now, which running back would you rather have? I bet you almost everyone would say Quinshon Judkins.
Because he's cheaper?
he's a lot younger, yeah.
He's younger, he's cheaper, and he's just as talented, if not more.
I agree with what you're saying about Josh Allen.
The Bills don't have great receivers.
What I'm saying, though, to you is this.
Yeah.
The Bills had to have the foresight and the ability to draft correctly to take
Yes,
Josh Allen.
that's absolutely right.
The Browns, let's not us forget,
Yes.
they could have taken Josh Allen.
Yeah.
They could have taken Lamar Jackson.
Yes.
Other teams took them and they're better. So, yes, you could say if we had this player, that player, the Browns consistently have an opportunity to get those players. If Jackson Dart turns out to be a stud,
Oh, my God.
did the Browns have a chance to
my
get
God.
him?
If he turns out
if that
to be
happens,
good, I
that's a
swear.
huge failure.
So you had the second overall
You're
pick.
right. You're right. I say if they had Josh Allen, really just to emphasize the point of how important the quarterback
Right.
is, not to say poor Kevin Stefanski if only he had Josh Allen.
Right. No, I get that.
Now to be fair, this group didn't pass on.
He didn't.
Those guys.
They didn't.
That was Ken Dorsey, who we all liked at
John
the time.
Dorsey. John Dorsey.
John Dorsey, not Ken Dorsey. Who took Baker, who's now become a very good player, but
Who passed on him?
still not anywhere close to
All
Josh Allen or Lamar
all
Jackson.
I continue to say is
Okay. I'm just
that
saying.
all the quarterbacks,
Yeah.
from
just saying.
Baker to Deshaun to
saying.
Joe, they all started off slinging the ball pretty well. The more
Yeah.
they got with Kevin, the more the check down started.
Yeah.
happening.
Let me ask you this too,
And
real
I
quick on
continue
the
to say
quarterbacks here.
That in-game adjustment is terrible. For you to get
Yeah.
up there and say that you had a plan in practice of what you was going to do and how you was going to handle Aiden Hutchinson and all those things, and you got in the game and it basically shocked you at how good he was doing, and you didn't make a change, it would have been a tight end next to Cornelius Lucas for the rest of the game. The fact that it was nothing, like that's terrible.
Yeah.
And this it's not the first time we've been saying
Yeah.
that this in-game adjustments wasn't good. This has been for some years.
I think I've been hesitant. Like, I feel like in the past I would have been – I was very wishy-washy about Kevin Stefanski at the end of last year. I said he should be fired, then I changed my mind. And I think part of it is, obviously, I respect Jason a lot. He's a friend. I respect Aditi a lot. She's a friend. They both think that Kevin Stefanski's a really good coach. And I thought, when he first started, I thought Kevin Stefanski was a really good coach. And I think part of the reason I haven't been fully committed to saying Stefanski should be gone is because I know they're both very knowledgeable. They both have insight within the organization. And so I'm a little hesitant, but I'm just not seeing
Trust
it.
me.
I'm really just not seeing the
Trust me.
genius that is Kevin Stefanski.
Me and Jason sat down and had
Yeah.
a long conversation, and he
Yeah.
made some very valid points about the whole situation with Kevin and everything else.
Yeah.
So I understand where he's coming from, and
Yeah.
I understand why he's saying I wouldn't fire him either because it wouldn't matter, and I get it. But like, I can't also deny the fact that for you to be this play caller, you were supposed to be this great offensive mind, and where are we ranked? Well, I'll tell you we ranked dead last again. But
31st in points.
34.
Like
yeah.
that's.
Yeah, it's
Like, how?
Not good enough.
What am I supposed to say?
yeah. And yeah, I mean, it's just
you need to cut that out.
It's just been an absolute disaster. It's hard, and it's also fair to say, though, guys, that I have no faith in Jimmy Haslam if he does fire Stefanski hiring the right coach.
No,